Alright, today I'm going to be talking to y'all about my psych appointment number 3. Yes, I have my final consultation, advice, stuff that the the doctor gave me based on my results from my appointment number 1 and my appointment number 2. And I'll put links in the about description. So if you want to go back and look at those first two for anybody who's pre-op and wants to get a general idea of what the appointments are like. And yes, even for appointment number 2, the computer testing, I actually took pictures of questions on the test. I don't know if that's legal or not. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, so listen, this appointment was so good. And hold on, let me pause for a second. I also started my liquid diet, even though I don't have a surgery date, just so it gives me more options for surgery date. So I'm on liquid diet day number 3. I feel so good. It's not quite as hard as I thought. I think because as long as I can drink some warm broth, I'm okay. And I'm also eating vegetables. But I will tell you, day 1, I lost 1.6 pounds. Day 2, I lost 1.4 pounds. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm not going to be stepping on the scale every day. I was just curious because I felt lighter and I felt hungry. Felt so hungry. Yeah, so I get hungry, but thankfully the protein shakes, I really like the premier ones. They fill me up. So anyways, that's just a little side note. And I also this weekend recorded a skin flick of my before pre-op diet. So, I mean pre-surgery diet. So don't worry, like at either 1 or 2 weeks into this, the liquid diet, I'm going to do a before and after skin flick for that. So I'm really excited about that. But anyways, yeah, I'm kind of laid back, a little silly feeling because I've been at work all day. Yeah, so I came straight home and decided to go ahead and record this because I was super excited. This is probably one of my favorite appointments or best ones I've been to with Dr. Schmistell or something like that, the psychiatrist. But it started off where they identified 2 qualities that I have or traits from both my face-to-face interview with him and also my computer test. And one was self-advocacy. So I thought that was really cool that he said I show a lot of where I'm self-driven. I have a lot of perseverance. So he said that could also, he said, so on a positive note, those people with that trait typically will be successful long term, not just in that initial first year or 2 where they lose a ton of weight. He says I have a trait that I will have success even 10, 15 years post-op, which I'm like, whew, that's high expectations. He said on the flip side, it's also an indication that I'm not going to do something just because the doctor tells me to do it. He said I gave a lot of indications that I need to know why I'm doing something. So if the doctor says eat this or don't eat that, they're going to have to show me evidence and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that actually corresponds to my MBTI personality profile, where I'm a S. I like facts. So yeah, I like facts, and I just like to see everything lined up and everything. So I thought that was cool. And also he said that I showed a lot of signs of where I have anxiety as surgery nears. And I don't even remember talking about having anxiety near surgery or on that computer test. And I'm like, wow, now that's pretty cool that it picked that up. And he just kind of winked at me, and I'm like, oh wow. And he's like, yeah, everybody's has some form of anxiety or fear. He's like, but mine was more off the radar by some things I talked about. And this is what really sucks, is that my support system has altered some. And so I don't really even know who's going to be with me at the hospital on the day of surgery, or if anybody's going to be there, if I'm going to Uber myself there. I know that really sucks and sounds depressing. So maybe, well, when I think about it, both of my older kids will be here, but I know someone has to be home with my baby, the 5-year-old. So, and it's just because, like, for example, my sister, she was one of my options, excuse me, but she relocated to further away. But I don't know. I'm going to have to worry about that later, because right now I'm going to drive myself freaking nuts if I stress that. But yeah, so anxiety as we near surgery. My main fears are one of not waking up at all, and two, waking up during the surgery. If I haven't told y'all already in one of my other videos, watch that movie Awake. It'll scare the shit out of you. But anyways, so the whole gist. So I won't go into all the details. I took plenty of notes. I won't go into the nitty gritty details, but I will say, drop questions in the comments if you have them. But I will tell y'all, one of the things he really stressed was plan, problem solve, prepare. Plan, problem solve, prepare. And so that's really huge. So it's about looking at all the challenges that you will anticipate having and not being able to stick to the plan or in your day-to-day, and go ahead and start planning now. Go ahead and start problem solving and prepare. So for example, if y'all remember back in my probably my first Psych Eval video, I talked about how when my family gets together, we got to eat. Everything is an eating occasion, whether it's happy, sad, fearful, excited, surprised. There's food involved. So if I know that's coming, prepare what I can eat, and prepare some problem solving for that. Even I think about at work, we have a lot of potlucks. They're never ever healthy, ever. Thinking about if I'm gonna have a busy day and I might have to stop, run, get food for the children, what's a better option than going through, well, I don't go to McDonald's anyways, but what's a better option than going to Popeyes, which is our go-to in our household. It's Popeyes, some red beans and rice, spicy chicken. We like the thighs. Give us nothing but a box of thighs and some whatever. But anyways, that's what we like. So instead of that, if we know it's going to be a busy day and we're going to be out running errands, then prepare something ahead of time. So for example, food prep. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then also, looking at my last weight loss attempts, I've had a lot of weight loss attempts, and my problem isn't not losing the weight. I'm almost always successful in losing weight. The question he asked me is, I need to look at how and why did it end, and most of the time it's because I associate my weight loss attempts with the word diet, and I have to get rid of that word. One, it's a 4-letter word. Thought that was cute. And think about diet starts with the 3 letters die. So mentally, it's just, diet is a really bad word. He said I should get that out of my vocabulary. And you know what? I agree. No more diet. So really thinking about lifestyle change and doing things that I can sustain. And no boring food, no extreme exercise, and to set goals outside of a number. And I was like, non-scale victories. So that's why I'm really excited. That's why I bought some clothes that I'm ready to get in. I'm thinking about running, not being out of breath, how fast I can do a mile. I'm thinking about getting my biceps toned. I'm thinking about doing squats, yoga. Again, non-scale victories, things that aren't associated with the number on the scale, because the number on the scale, you can either reach it and you feel like you're there and you just start eating whatever because you're like, I'm at my goal weight, so I can cheat a little here, cheat a little there. Before you know it, you back to your old ways. Or two, you may become discouraged because you're not seeing that number that you want to see. I thought that was so deep. Oh my gosh, I have like so much stuff on here I want to share, but y'all gonna be like, we ain't got time to watch this long video. So let me go ahead and go. Something else he talked about, lapse does not equal relapse. I was like, huh? He said lapse is like, so y'all listen, if y'all don't do nothing else, listen to this part. So he's like, lapse is like, let's say for breakfast, you're at work in the morning, somebody brings in donuts. My admin, who does that all the time, about to tell her to stop, and so I end up eating a donut. That's a lapse. The bad way to react is to be like, this day is blown, I might as well eat a bad lunch, bad dinner, eat all the snacks I want because I ate that donut. That's lapse, right? But if you continue and you make it just this domino effect where you be like, oh, well, I messed up today, or I messed up this week, or I might as well kill the diet and start over next month, that's when you get to a relapse. So as humans, we have a tendency to have a lapse. Then we really downgrade ourselves, are hard on ourselves. we predict failure. Like we're like, oh, we're gonna fail at this, I can't do it. And then after all that self-shaming, we go into a relapse period. And really what we should do is interrupt the behavior, examine why we did it, and then go back to that plan, problem, solve, and prepare. So you eat a donut in the morning because your admin bringing in donuts, trying to be nice to everybody. Tell her to bring in some fruit. But anyways, disrupt that. If I do take a bite of a donut, throw it away, you know, and get back on track. Don't think that I should just eat whatever. So really making, you know, one question he asked me is like, do I ever wake up in the morning and not want to go to work? I'm like, who doesn't wake up in the morning and sometimes not want to go to work? Like, I love my job, I love what I do, but we all have those days. So he was like, but you still go, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? And I'm like, well, I have to. He was like, no, because it's a core value. It's something you have to do. Some days you don't want to be bothered with your children. He's like, you have to make healthy living, healthy eating a core value, to where even when you don't feel like doing it, you do it anyway. And he's so right, you know. So what I got out of my appointment, it went a little over an hour. We went over. We could have went go. He was like, hey, if you need some more, make an appointment. I'm like, shoot, I might do. Shoot, and I got some other issues you can help me with too. Since he had all these certificates, degrees on his wall. I mean, he's well decorated, older guy, very nice man. Is, you know, preparing, problem solve. Actually, I think I might got it backwards. It's, yeah, plan, problem solve, prepare, and really making healthy living make it a lifestyle. Make it not just a lifestyle. I've made it a lifestyle before. Make it a core value to where it's not negotiable. Like, it goes against my values to eat bad. It goes against my values to not work out. It was such a very powerful session. It was so emotional, and especially just some things in my personal life have changed that have me kind of just reflecting on life. And again, I beat myself up a lot. You know, self-esteem. My self-esteem goes up and down. Everybody thinks my self-esteem is here. It is, like, when it comes to work, but personally, I'm like, dang, like, what's going on with me? So he really deposited some powerful jewels and gems that I'm going to cherish, and I'm going to run with, and I'm pumped up. And did I mention I've been on losing 1.5 pounds on this liquid diet? I feel great. I don't think I'm going to have one more protein shake I'm going to drink tonight before bed, and, well, not right before bed, but, you know, tonight. And so I feel really good and empowered, and I love y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. I'll put some links to prior videos that will really link to this one, and I cannot wait to show y'all my skin flick, the beginning of my pre-op diet to the right before surgery, and from there we'll have lots of before and after.